Mahendra Singh Dhoni, popularly known as MS Dhoni, is a very familiar name with cricket lovers around the world and in India. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, also known as Captain Cool, is an avid motorbike enthusiast. His passion for motorcycles is well known, and his collections include an extensive variety of vehicles, from powerful superbikes to classic motor gems. Dhoni's fascination with motorcycles began early on. One of his first reported purchases, with his earnings from a cricket competition, was a Yamaha Rajdut. The iconic Indian bike, known for its speed, holds a special place in his collection as it represents a major milestone at the beginning of his riding journey. Starting off the list is the Yamaha RD 350. This 1980s icon was a popular choice for performance-oriented riders in India. With Yamaha RD 350, you would be getting a 347cc air-cooled two-stroke twin-cylinder machine that has a power of 30.5 horsepower and 6750 rpm and a torque of 32.3 Nm at 6500 rpm. The RD 350 features a close-ratio 6-speed transmission. Owning one shows Dhoni's appreciation for motorcycling history and heritage. If you adore vintage and timeless motorcycles, you're not alone, and you would love this next machine. Still on Dhoni's vintage collection, up next is the Royal Enfield Bullet 350. This motorcycle boasts of a timeless design and rugged build. With its iconic thumping engine and sturdy build, the Bullet 350 is definitely going to be a favorite if you're someone who craves that raw, unadulterated motorcycle experience. This 349cc air-cooled single-cylinder machine has a power of 20.4 PS at 6100 rpm and a torque of 27 Nm at 4000 rpm. It has a telescopic fork front and twin shock absorbers, rare with a claimed mileage of 37 km per litre. While not designed for high-speed thrills, the Bullet 350 will definitely offer you a comfortable cruising speed suitable for leisurely rides. The Royal Enfield Bullet 350 has a starting price range of around 1.7 lakh rupees depending on the variant. There are 3 variants offered, with the top variant reaching around 2.15 lakh rupees. You don't need to worry about the expensive variant. Each variant is a true classic. MS Dhoni is a man known for his exquisite taste in motorcycles, which leads us to his first superbike, the limited edition Ducati 1098. The Ducati 1098 is a mean machine that commands attention wherever it goes. With its aggressive styling and powerful engine, this superbike is not for the faint of heart. Dhoni's Ducati 1098 is a symbol of his love for adrenaline-fueled rides and cutting-edge technology, so if you live for thrills and blood-pumping excitement, you're at the right place watching the right video. This machine is simply a masterpiece of solid Italian engineering. The Ducati 1098 unleashes its power from a throaty 1099 cubic centimeter L-twin engine. The Ducati 1098 packs a powerful L-twin engine. The 1098 boasts a claimed 160 horsepower at 9750 rpm, capable of launching it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Talk about impressive. It also produces a healthy 122 Nm of torque at 8000 rpm, ensuring a strong pull throughout the rev range. The 1098 offers you a skillful and responsive ride, perfect for carving up corners with its weight of 381 pounds. It has H-Performance Brembo brakes with radial calipers to ensure superb stopping power to match the bike's impressive acceleration. A MotoGP-derived digital dash keeps you informed with vital information like speed, revs, fuel level, and more. Prices vary depending on the year, model, base or S, and mileage, but you can expect to find used Ducati 1098s in India between and around price ranges of 5.9 and 14 lakh rupees. For those who love unique and special motorcycles, our next bike will definitely catch your eye. Next on the list is the Confederate X132 Hellcat. Remember we talked about his taste in exquisite bikes? Well, Dhoni also loves rare and unique pieces. We'll explain. Confederate X132 Hellcat is believed to be one of the rarest bikes in the world. This American-made muscle bike is a rare sight on Indian roads. With a monstrous 132 cubic inch engine, if you describe it as a powerful and head-turning machine, you won't be wrong. The Confederate X132 Hellcat is not your average motorcycle. Built with a well-defined design approach, it prioritizes raw power and a head-turning presence over being practical. You want to find out why? Stay tuned. A 2163cc air-cooled V-twin engine, housed in a sculpted billet aluminium casing, vibrated at the core of the vehicle. While exact horsepower figures weren't a main selling point for the Confederate, you can be sure it packed a serious punch for thrilling rides. However, based on engine size and similar motorcycles, estimates suggest the X132 Hellcat likely produced somewhere around 120 to 130 horsepower. The torque, however, was a different story. This mighty engine produced a staggering 197 Newton-meters of torque, perfect for launching you off the line and conquering any crooked road. Taming all this efficiency was a custom-built 5-speed transmission designed by Confederate themselves to handle the massive torque of the engine. Surprisingly for its size, the X132 managed a relatively light weight thanks to the use of high-quality materials like carbon fiber wheels. This resulted in a claimed dry weight of around 500 pounds, making it lighter than what you might have expected. Earlier we mentioned that the Confederate X132 Hellcat favored raw power over practicality. Here is one of the reasons why. The Hellcat's riding position was characterized by a forward-leaning stance and low-slung seat, placing the rider in a more aggressive and sporty posture. While this enhanced aerodynamics and control at high speeds, it wasn't exactly as comfortable for long-distance rides or everyday commuting. However, exclusivity came with a huge price. With a price tag of roughly 47 lakh rupees and upwards, the X132 was a very limited edition machine. The limited production run of only 65 units further amplified its exclusivity. Prepare to be captivated by the next motorcycle, crafted for those who appreciate big, bold bikes that command attention on the road. Now it's time to switch gears and talk about the Harley-Davidson Fat Boy, a true American icon. The Fat Boy's design is all about bold pressure. A chunky front end with a solid disc-style wheel and wide handlebars set the tone. The chopped fenders and dual exhaust pipes add to the muscular look. Despite its imposing size, the Fat Boy is surprisingly easy to handle, thanks in part to its cast aluminium wheels. The Fat Boy boasts a Milwaukee 8 114 cubic inch air-cooled V-twin engine with approximately 94 horsepower at 50-20 RPM. It also has a torque of 144 Newton-meters at 3000 RPM. The bike utilizes a 6-speed cruise drive transmission for smooth gear changes. Stopping power comes from disc brakes at both the front and rear wheels. The Harley-Davidson Fat Boy isn't exactly cheap, but if you're seeking a head-turning motorcycle with some history, the price might be worth it, so go right ahead. The price is believed to be around 27.5 lakh rupees and can go upwards depending on the variant and location. Now, if Fat Boy didn't do it for you, fasten your seatbelts because this next motorcycle is going to take you on a wild virtual ride. Let's dive into it. As we edge closer to the end of this video, buckle up because we're zooming into the world of the Kawasaki Ninja H2, a motorcycle that redefines the meaning of extreme. It's made of a supercharged 998cc engine. This bad boy isn't coughing up horsepower, it's spitting fire. The street-legal version produces a mind-blowing 200 horsepower. But if you manage to snag that track-only H2R, you're looking at a jaw-dropping and next-level 310 horsepower. That's enough to launch you from zero to speechless in a heartbeat. But wait, there's more. All that power could easily turn a lesser bike into a wobbly mess. But not Kawasaki. The Ninja H2 boasts an accurately crafted chassis that handles just perfectly, hugging corners like a second skin and keeping things under control. Let's talk about how this monster of a bike gets its power down. It boasts of a smooth 6-speed gearbox, taking that raw engine power and converting it into monstrous acceleration. Now, it'll be wrong of us to not comment on the looks. This bike screams future warrior with those aerodynamic wings and razor-sharp design. The only catch, this phenomenal machine demands a hefty sum. We're talking about approximately 79.9 lakh rupees and possibly higher. But hey, if you crave a motorcycle that'll leave you grinning like you won the lottery, and maybe a little weak in the knees, the Kawasaki Ninja H2 is the ultimate ride for you. Just remember, with great power comes great responsibility and the need for some serious riding skills. From the previous description of the Kawasaki Ninja H2, you can see that Kawasaki doesn't play around. They only produce top-notch and high-performance motorcycles, and this next motorcycle from them is an apple that didn't fall far from the tree. Let's get right into the mix, shall we? Last but not the least, a worthy mention is the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R. The Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R is a discontinued monster of a sport bike that packed a massive 1441cc inline 4 engine that pumped out an insane 200 horsepower at 10,000 RPM and an intense 162.5 Newton meters of torque at 7,500 RPM. This fierce power was channeled through a smooth 6-speed gearbox. While discontinued in 2020, the ZX14R was known for its blend of brutal acceleration and surprisingly comfortable user design for a sport bike. Its aerodynamic fairing and aggressive riding position made it a high-speed weapon, but it also boasted of a relatively upright riding position compared to other superbikes you know. The last reported price for the Kawasaki Ninja ZX14R was around 19.7 lakh rupees. Wow, what a lineup, right, that MS Dhoni has in his garage. He is truly a motorcycle lover and enthusiast, and it's clearly shown in the various kinds of motorcycles he has. It's important to note that all these prices mentioned can vary and are subject to change. Despite Dhoni's passion for speed, Dhoni is known to be a careful rider who prioritizes safety. With his ever-evolving taste and success, Dhoni's motorcycle collection is definitely going to keep growing. It'll be interesting to see what new machines he adds in the future, whether it's the latest high-tech superbike or a unique vintage find. That brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Kindly comment on which bikes stood out to you. We'll see you in our next video.